This is Dan Tortora here at New York Comic Con with Sam De La Rosa of the Venom world. Sam, how are you?
I am great. Happy to be here. It's my first time in New York City Comic Con. The fans have been great, very nice people, and I got to sell a few things, so I'm happy.
Talk about Lethal Protector. You and I were discussing it off the air. Venom, one of my favorite characters from like young age. My mom was buying me Venom comics.
Yeah.
What can you say about Lethal Protector and just your vision?
Well, I started out as a little kid with Spider-Man comics, so that's my favorite character. I enjoy all the supporting cast, good guys, bad guys, Aunt May, Carnage, Venom. So just happy that Marvel reached out to me and wanted me on the team to work on Venom Lethal Protector. That's about 31 years ago. And just recently, this year, they relaunched the title. And they reached out to me to do a new cover for Venom Lethal Protector #1, Volume 2. So I got that out there. They got me doing more covers. I did an Uncanny Spider-Man cover, Predator versus Wolverine cover, Superior Spider-Man versus Doc Ock cover, and I hope they keep asking me.
You know, and when somebody grabs a book, I mean, the cover is obviously the first thing they see. It's what draws them in. So just what that means to you, to be that person that can make such an impact on somebody that as soon as they cross, they're walking and looking at the, different things on the shelves, that you're the one that catches their eye.
I'm just fortunate that people like stuff I worked on. I'm glad that cover has become so iconic. The Venom Lethal Protector series and then my work also on Maximum Carnage are the main basis for 2 Venom movies so far. So I'm just ecstatic.
And when you see that go into the movie world, how much does it give back to you? Do you see that influx in people, maybe some new fans?
Yeah. People that never knew they were comics, are liking the Venom movie, and then they see me at a show. They see the cover that Sony promoted and the books that they promoted as the basis for the Venom movie. So they're surprised and, introduce them to comics, and, they pick up a thing or two from me.
So who inspired you?
All the old guys, all the old school guys. I bought comics in the 60s, so you're talking about Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, all of Stan Lee's original bullpen artists and writers, Roy Thomas. There's just so many artists from back then. That has the biggest impact on me emotionally, as a little kid. So I appreciate all those artists. Glad that I got to work at the same time as many of them. And even I got to work with Stan Lee sort of on a project called the Mutant Agenda.
Yeah.
So, just in a great position.
When you talk about having the opportunity to work with Stan Lee in some way, shape, or form, what can you say about the impact that he left on comics forever and your experience with him?
Yeah. Stan Lee's has always been a superb spokesman for Marvel Comics and the comics industry in general. He brought wide appeal, for the comic book character. Not only for Marvel, but that spreads out to other companies also, well known around the world. So, really look up to Stan and Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, all the guys that he co-created characters with. So, just happy to have known him.
I'm going to ask you an important question from a Venom fan. With you creating him and bringing him to life on these covers, who is Venom?
Venom is Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock started out as a reporter, and he had a beef with Peter Parker's Spider-Man. So when he bonded with Venom, that just intensified that, and it was just perfect. Eddie Brock is a perfect host for Venom, and from there, you got offspring like Carnage, and then the 5 symbiotes that I worked on. There's Phage, there's Scream, there's Riot, there's Lasher, and there's one more, but I can't remember. That was 31 years ago.
When you're working with symbiotes, how cool is that to bring something to life that we never really have seen anything like these? They're so unique, and basically anything that mirrors them or looks a little bit like them, everybody comes back to Venom, Carnage, and all the symbiotes that you worked on.
They're such great looking characters, again, fortunate to work on them. Anytime the Venom symbiote bonds with the character, it's such a cool look.
Yeah.
I remember, about 31 years ago, I got to work on Web of Spider-Man #90, and that was the first appearance of Venom Galactus, Venom bonding with Galactus, so that was pretty cool. Now they have merchandise of that character, so it's nice to see them.
If Venom bonded with you,
Poor
describe,
Venom.
describe to me what you would want to do in your story.
Poor Venom. I would just like to talk to more fans, be able to do things with more fans. You know, I'd have tendrils coming out. I'd be signing here, signing there, drawing really quickly. You know, all that kind of stuff that I'm really slow at doing now.
So, a final note here. Who is Venom to you? What does he mean to you?
You know, he's such an important character. You know, Marvel reached out to me half a year before they launched the book, and they wanted me on the team. And again, I'm just part of the team. You know, there's like a handful of people that worked on Venom Be the Protector. I just happen to be one of them, and I promote him every weekend. I'm at shows every weekend. So to me, he means a whole lot. I'm happy that Marvel got me to work on that, and the people like the work I got to do on that. So just fortunate.
Got to get royalty money for every time they mention Lethal Protector in these last two movies. But to hear Venom say he wants to be the Lethal Protector, he keeps saying that to Eddie, and then Eddie says it at the end of the second movie. Do you feel something about that?
Oh man, yeah, I really felt that. You know, in the first movie, he didn't say that, but in the second movie, they said it over and over and over again. So that really brought the attention to the original comic book series. So I hear that from people a lot.
And finally, just what you want to say to somebody out there chasing the dreams right now.
Yeah, you know, I sent in samples to Marvel for 10 years. So, you know, you got to be good. You got to keep trying to get better. You know, just, you know, keep trying. Have a real job in the meantime, you know, but it can happen. I did it. Anybody can do it.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
You bet.